Greetings and welcome back to Long War 2. Does anyone remember those 8 people, 8 rookies coming back from Gatecrasher? Well, they've come a long way, haven't they? So I'm currently figuring out who I want to bring to the Advent Network Tower and to the final mission. One thing I've decided is, basically nobody who's going on the network tower is coming to the final mission. So I'm gonna have completely 2 different squads, just to have give more soldiers a chance to basically participate in the final 2 missions. This is gonna be a bit of an let's look who we'll bring to Leviathan, and then this, based on that we decide who gets to go on the network tower. And so I'm gonna do a quick little video here, just talking about the decisions. Part of me wants to be just going all nostalgic and say, okay, these are the guys that have been with the squad the longest time, or want to keep a squad together. Part of me is very min-max oriented, so I want to say who's the best fit for the mission, right? So yeah, let's just look at our individual classes. This is the setup for the network tower. We have 9 slots here, and we will have 12 slots for the final mission. 12 slots to me means basically we'll bring 1 out of each class, and then we can double up on 4 classes, which are probably going to be Sharpshooter, Gunner, Grenadier, and probably Ranger, maybe Shinobi, probably Ranger. Yeah, it's gonna be a second Ranger. Anyway, so stay tuned and we'll go through the individual choices here, alright? Alright. So, let's start out looking at our assaults here. We have 4 Master Sergeant assaults, and we're gonna bring 1 of them to the network tower mission and 1 of them to the final mission. And it's really a tough decision. I mean, Centipede obviously has the highest aim, so he can do the most damage, but he's lacking the electroshock, which disorients an enemy on a miss with the arc thrower, which I kind of feel like is really great utility. Monster recently got his Ghostwalker, so he can get in there and Street Sweeper at the start of a mission. Only downside is we don't start concealed on the final mission, so he's probably be our candidate for the network tower. Chain Lightning is great and all, but the thing with Asha is that she was kind of a late joiner and had this whole black market soldier bug leveling up quickly, so I kind of feel like that's the wrong choice here. So we're gonna go for remove you, and unfortunately remove Centipede. Caper will go on the final mission, and Monster will come on the network tower. Let's take a look at our Grenadiers. So this is going to be an easy decision because we only have 3 Master Sergeant Grenadiers, and I really want Daddy Home to be the commanding officer for the final mission, and I want 2 Grenadiers on the final mission. 1 with basically offensive grenades and 1 with flashbang, sting grenades, etc. So Song and Daddy Home on the final mission, Hurricane on the network tower. Easy choice. Choices will be a bit harder when we look at our gunners. So we have 5 Master Sergeant gunners. 3 were in our kind of main squads that saw a lot of action, and then in our swarm squad we had double gunners, which did a lot of great work. Don't get me wrong on this. So I said I want to double up on gunners in the final mission. So I want to bring at least 1 gunner with Killzone and 1 gunner with Cyclic Fire to chew down the big targets. And after much consideration and going back and forth, I've decided to not bring 1 of the guys from the Swarm Squad to either of these missions. So Barja and Andy will go on the final mission, Leviathan, and Dana will go on the network tower. Reason for that being, the more I think about it, the more I seem to realize that we'll have a lot of people from the Wolf Squad, from the original one, on the network tower mission, and also probably Snake being the commander on that mission. So I kind of thought having those people there together for the bonuses will be really nice. Talking about hard decisions, so looking at our Rangers, this is going to be a tough one. I said we'll have 2 spots for Rangers in the final mission and only 1 spot in the network tower. So 3 of these fine ladies and gentlemen will not be joining us on any of the relevant missions, the final missions, let's put it that way. So one of the guys not joining us is going to be Scooter. It's my own fault. I kind of screwed up his skills with close and personal, pump action. Both of I felt were really underwhelming. Not having locked on kind of felt a bit weird, and also Walkfire always came in clutch. So that's something I really got to rely on. So you're not there. So for the final mission, that's a really tough choice. I feel like having more sources of Shredder is always good. Then again, Thumper has the lowest aim of all of the soldiers that are available here. And I kind of want to have at least 1 soldier with Rupture and 1 soldier, 1 Overwatch focused Ranger on the final mission. So let's make that decision first here. I'm not gonna bring an Overwatch Ranger to the network tower assault, so one of them gets on the final mission, one of them stays home. I think the deciding factor for me is Ever Vigilant, basically that you get your free Overwatch after running. So Cynthia is going to go on the final mission, and Rachel watches on the sidelines. So now these 3 guys, one of them for network tower, one of them for final mission, one of them not participating, and they've all done a really great job. I wish that it would show like missions and kills here. Maybe I'll throw in a little bit of an overlay here, so you can actually see how much each one contributed here. So decisions. I'm thinking here we want to have rapid fire would have also been nice. In this case, I mean, pistol skills are fancy and all that stuff, but I've never really been a fan, and like it's not doing enough for me, I feel. So final decision is Thumper goes on the network tower, Tank goes on the final mission, and you'll have to stay home. Let's look at our sharpshooters. So this one is gonna be a little bit easier since, as I said, we have 9 slots available for the network tower. So we're gonna bring 2 sharpshooters. That's easy, right? So, after much back and forth, I think for the final mission I want to have Lockdown with his double tap Shredder and insane crit damage with Bring 'Em On. And obviously I want one serial rather. So that's going to be Boomer. And the other 2 are going to go on the network tower for guaranteed takedowns with AMF. And another source for Serial to clean up over there. I was considering including Flatline, our holo-targeting sharpshooter, in the setup, but he's not Master Sergeant. And while that doesn't do anything for holo-target build, right? There's no other holo-target Master Sergeant skill. But in the end of the day, I want to bring our Master Sergeants, and so we're doing it without a dedicated holo targeter, and I think it's gonna be fine. A quick look at our Shinobis. This is not gonna be a long and hard decision. I want Snake as an officer for the network tower, and as I mentioned when we were looking at the Grenadiers, I wanted to have Daddy Home as commanding officer. If I put Daddy Home and Styx in the same squad, she takes over as commanding officer. So that's one part of the reason. The other part of the reason is Reaper cleanup. So Yana is going to go on the final mission. Sorry Styx, you'll support us from the sidelines. Let's take a look at our specialists here. 3 of them made it to Master Sergeant. And I guess the final deciding factor for me is just the hacking score, at least for the final mission. So Cosmos is joining the final mission. He also has Shredder and Rupture. His aim sucks a bit for that, but we might be able to do something with that. Also, I kind of want to have threat assessment there, so I don't think scanning protocol is going to be that useful on the final mission. When it comes to the network tower, despite the hacking score difference, I'm gonna go with Fiona, because as I mentioned, we'll have a lot of people from the Wolf squad in that group, so kind of want to keep that squad together-ish. So Shrink, you'll support us from the Avenger. And this brings us to our final class, the Technical. Probably an open secret that I'm not a big fan of the Technical class at the moment, but we still managed to get actually 3 people to Master Sergeant. I already recorded this class selection for the final mission for the Technical with just these 2, and then I realized, hang on, Jolt also got Master Sergeant. That being said, I'm not considering for the final mission. I mean, he probably has the build with Shredder and Salvo, which I would consider them the most useful at the moment for the rocket spec Technical. Like we have Salvo on Shannon and Shredder on Aaron. So both would be in a weird mix-up situation. But since he only did, I think, 10 missions, I'm gonna give the spots in the final missions to our veterans here. And Aaron is going to go on Leviathan, and Shannon is going to go on the network tower. Which brings us to this squad for the network tower mission. Fiona as our specialist, Dana as our gunner, Ross as our assault. Tiffany is going to do ranger support. We've got double sharpshooter with Rebecca and Elsa. I started with first names. Miguel? Yes, Miguel Snake as our commanding Shinobi officer. Shannon as our technical, and last but not least... yeah, first names. Juan as our grenadier here. I haven't done the equipment stuff yet. I'll do that. You can make sure that everyone will have the most up-to-date armor, weapons and weapon attachments here. And then we go on that mission. And in case that wasn't clear, that's gonna be a combat mission. I know you can stealth through the network tower and the mission ends as soon as you hit the switch. Boring. We're gonna fight. We're gonna kill all these enemies that are on the map. And we're gonna throw the corpses from the network tower and make sure that that's XCOM territory. So stay tuned. I'll see you when the combat starts.